2012, the year when Minecraft first peaked with its popularity, was made a music video by Captainsparklez that then started off a series. If you don't know the Fallen Kingdom, then I don't know, man, it's like the classic. In this video, I'm gonna talk about why I think the Fallen Kingdom series is a masterpiece. Before we start with the video, Arthrbot, why don't you say the line?
Before we continue with the video, make sure you subscribe and like this video.
Starting off with the first one in the series, Fallen Kingdom. Once lived a king, a hero, loved by the people, feared by mobs. As he walked down the road with a happy face, then the next shot, him walking the same road, destroyed, alone, lost, failed to protect his people. Mobs used to fear him, up until that day when his world began to fall. He hides from the mobs he used to slay. That night, Herobrine, yes, freaking Herobrine, appeared and attacked one of the guards, freeing the mobs. He grabbed his sword, the blade that was once forced evil mobs to yield, and put his crown on his armor stand, symbolizing his fall as a king. The next shot is him, after the attack, seeing the crown. As he remembers that 1 minute he had it all, then his world began to fall. They all cried for his help, but he stood there numb. He ran and grabbed his family to run away from the mobs. Everyone around him is dead, laying on the ground. As the king ran to the bridge, a creeper blew up, blowing the bridge. He and his family got separated. As he looked back, he ran, leaving his wife and his kid behind him. A hero, a king, the one that evil mobs used to fear, is running in fear from those who feared him. He is no longer a hero. He isn't what he was before. He ended up on a tower, being chased by the mobs. He looked down, then climbed up, and then the moment that made everyone cry. One thing that I loved from this music video is how they were able to tell a story in such a short time. The shots switching from the past and the present was done very well. Him looking back at what was once his kingdom. Overall, 10 out of 10. Take Back the Night. Not that great of a sequel, not gonna lie. The story started after the tragedy. A group of villagers decided to explore the destroyed kingdom. One of the villagers found a child buried under a block that should have honestly killed him, but I guess he's still alive since I guess he is the chosen one. They brought him to the village. He recovers and starts training with the elder villager. They leave the village and the son begins his training. He first struggled since, he was a child, but as he grew older, he eventually got the hang of it. Character growth, am I right? Once they have done training, they went back to the village, which was being raided by the zombie pigmen. Why? I don't know myself, man. They fought The mentor died. He found out that Herobrine was behind all of this. He went there, somehow, and killed him. I feel like the problem with Take Back the Night is that there's not much time for us to know these characters more. The mentor, when he died, it wasn't as emotional as the king's jump. We just don't know much about the villager, I guess. And he's not that likable either. And of course, Herobrine. It just doesn't make any sense. What was his motivation? Why'd he do all of this? They should have explained it more in this music video, but I guess they didn't. And how he appeared in the story is also really weird. He just appeared out of nowhere. No setup, no build up. And the payoff wasn't that satisfying either. The animation wasn't that good either compared to the Fallen Kingdom. And I know what you're trying to say. Animation takes a long time to make, and it's really hard. I know. I make animation myself. I know the pain. I don't know, overall, I'll rate it 6 out of 10.
The city, it runs cold today.
Find the pieces. Now this is what you call a perfect sequel. Screw the Herobrine stuff. They set up the villain really well in this one. Before I talk about the story, let me just tell you, the animation, the song is so much better than the previous one. The story started before the king took his family to the bridge. He went to a secret room, the end portal. He took one of the eyes, deactivating the portal. Here it was shown how the king survived the fall. He fell into a freaking water pool. The next shot is his son waking up, almost like a nightmare. He is now on a quest to the castle to find the king, his father. Meanwhile, the piglins. I know, piglins. In the Nether are making a wizard to attack a fishing town. The guy sees an explosion in the town during his journey and sails over to the town, finding out that the town is destroyed. While he was fighting the wither, he saw a portal being set up. Then from the portal, a giant ship popped up, stealing the Nether Star, shooting the guy. The next morning, he woke up and set sail to the kingdom. In the next shot, we can see the flag of the fallen kingdom. Then this music video is just perfect. It set up the villain very well, unlike Herobrine. The animation is a ton better. And of course, the end credit scene. It shows that they are making a robotic suit with the pigman from Take Back the Night, who was cut in half by the Nether portal. They place a Nether star into the suit, thus completing it and causing the pigman to open his eyes. Also, it's really cool how Captainsparklez predicted so many things, like piglins. This music video got everything right. 10 out of 10. Dragonhearted. The last one in the series. The story started with the king and his son. His son was like a child again, seeing all the stuff. The king took him to the castle, where he has piglins from Find the Pieces captured. He then takes the prince to a secret room containing an ender chest, hidden behind a family portrait. They then transition to the Nether, showing us the preparation. Yeah, they eventually raided the overworld. Portals were erected everywhere. They then go to the end portal. They jump in with the prince carrying the ender chest. The king opens the chest, pulling out a staff that he used to control the dragon. The king and the prince arrive, flying on the dragon. The king uses the dragon to fight the mech. The prince fights the pigman leader. The prince kills the leader and climbs the mech suit. In panic, the pigman fires a missile powered by the nether star. To save the city, the prince guides it through the nether portal. The missiles hit the pigman's castle, I guess you could say the piglin's castle, destroying it. Tragically, the prince died in an explosion. In the end scene, the king is seen in front of both the queen's and his son's grave. To be honest with you, I don't quite like dragonhearted. I find a dragon to be a deus ex machina. I don't know. Is that how you say it? Yeah. The portal was active before. Why don't the king tame the dragon beforehand? And the staff too. It was never explained how he can tame the dragon with it. I also think that the king should have been the one who sacrificed himself. Like a character growth, you know? A moment to prove himself that he can still be a hero he was back then, before everything falls apart. But I guess not, because the prince was the one to do the sacrifice. Like, bruh. Overall, 8 out of 10. It's not that great, but it's not that bad either.
I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in the foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know Saint Peter when call my name, never an honest word. But that was when I ruled the world.